We're going to call the meeting to order, and thank you for being patient with us. We had technical things going on. We have Chad Siegmans on the telephone with us today, couldn't be here, but anyway, we'll call the meeting to order. And let's all please stand. We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. And you know what? Let's have Big Dave. Doug. Yes, lead us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
There's a guy in my rehab class, his name is Dave, I call him Big Dave.
Well, the funny thing
And he
is,
rides the bike right beside me.
my high school nickname was Dave for some reason.
So there, he just uncovered that now.
Thank you, Doug. Okay, let's move right along then. We have the roll call. Mr. Siegman? Hello?
Here.
Here.
And myself, we're all here. Any communications or any,
Yes, I think we do have Mr.
Yes.
Angeli that wants to speak.
John?
Yeah, I want to speak, but really after talking to Bobby, half of what I'm complaining about is not the water bill. It's a gas company. Now, I had a little disagree, Bobby, nice boy, known him since he was small, but we disagree on
You
something.
really know him?
Yeah,
Are we being recorded?
Bobby says that the state law says you can hold somebody up for 10 minutes. Only if you don't want punched at when they go by. So all I'm really asking, and I'm gonna go to the gas company too, is try not to hold them up for 10 minutes, maybe 2 or 3 if possible. I mean, so that's really all I gotta say. I know you got a big job to do, and I understand that. But the first place you tackled was Northview. I had Bobby Fazzini over there 5 times that day. Bobby told them every time, 5 minutes after he left, and went back to what they were doing, and they didn't follow Bobby. Bobby tried, but, so anyway, I'm just here to say, if you can shed any light, cause you're working in Northview right now.
And we're working several places.
Yeah, but Northview is where I'm in and out all the time. But really, I can get in and out of Northview without getting bothered, cause I know how to do it. Same way with Bobby. Unfortunately, if you come over, you're locked in until they let you go. That's all I wanna say. If you could, tell them, please try to, don't hold us up for 10 minutes.
And we got a progress meeting tomorrow and we're going to address it. And the reason I told him that it's been, we have 3, there's the West Virginia exit ramp
Got 3
on
things
both
to do.
sides.
They're
3
converging.
ways.
And
That's
but the
right.
traffic coming out of Northview is always going to be held longer because we can't let that traffic back up on the Route 50. We gotta, so if it's traffic coming out, I know somebody complained, but like when we were doing that, they're like, I sit in line for 20 minutes, I moved and then I stopped. Well, you moved, you stopped because we had, traffic was getting farther out there, so we had to let them go.
I don't think,
That's the priority
I
down
don't think
there.
20 minutes.
One of they said, yeah.
That's on the expressway, I understand.
We can't let them back out, but
Well, I
we're
think
gonna, and the detour stuff, I told them I need a 2-day notice so we can set up a detour, get with them and map it out.
That'd be good.
Okay, that's all I'm here for.
I told
Thank you
John,
all.
I told John we'll
Thank you.
never disrupt this
Coffee.
street.
No, I appreciate it. Park board, how, we don't ever have anybody
I
come
know,
unless they want money.
And
And they all show up.
John.
Thank you.
Hey, I have the same problem.
I
I think when we hired all these contractors, they
Yeah.
hire their flag people and so on. We had a conversation about courtesy and how to move things along. But
That's
things-
another one out.
But things they drift off.
Yeah.
Now,
Courtesy.
he may not, but I go down in Heartland and different places, Northview, and I'm getting to know these people because they drive around, they recognize my car.
Yeah.
And I'm pulling up or sitting, and I roll down the window. I said, can't you hurry up? They go, we're trying, sir. They knew who I am. I
Well,
said, I'm president of Clarksburg Water
Yeah.
Board. And they go, that's nice. You have to wait.
I told the boy out at the VA park at this summer, and he looked at me and he said, oh, whoop-de-doo. I went, boy, 20 years ago, I punched you in the nose. Thank you, guys.
John,
Thank
thanks
you
for
very
coming,
much.
Johnny.
Thanks for coming in.
Appreciate you.
We have a lot of inconveniences at times, but there's no way when you're taking up all the lines we're doing and the gas company's doing it, the city's doing it. There's no, and it's good we're doing it together. We're not going to tear the street up 5 different years. But no matter what, there's no way, I have people complaining too about the streets and the things. Number one is, there's no alternative. When you dig up the street and the lines, you're going to have some inconvenience. Secondly, wonder, why can't you go ahead and pave it right now? They don't realize it's a mobilization thing. If we stop and bring somebody come and pave and go to the next street a week later and pave that one, the cost would be astronomical. If they want to pay water bills are twice what they are now or 3 times, we could do it. So we're trying to do everything we can. I'm inconvenienced. we're all inconvenienced by it, but
I was gonna say, I live in Northview and I kind of have the opposite reaction where I've been amazed at how quickly things have been
They're moving along
through, and
pretty
you
good.
only sit there for a minute, it really hasn't impacted my community.
Why did you say that while he was in there?
Even better is my understanding that the writer has that prerogative to put spins on.
There we go.
anyway.
I think he got enlightened though, between us, because a lot of people know it's all us. It's not, it's the gas company.
Well, I've said that before, watch television and
Yeah.
they're talking about how bad things are and they're showing an area where we're not even working. It's the gas company. We're not picking on them, but that's just the way it is.
You're not Jake by any chance, are you?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Jake Styles, yes.
You are?
Yeah.
So I made sure when he interviewed me last week,
Yeah.
and I told him, if you go up there to take a picture to put with this story, make sure you take our picture,
Yeah,
not the gas company's picture.
somebody has an incident, they want to complain or say, I want you to fix this or that or whatever. And
Yeah.
we could look at, talk to the manager and he says, we're not even near that street. It's. the
Yeah, he
gas
said we had
company."
water shooting up out of Second Street today.
Yeah.
It's the gas company's on Second Street.
So anyway, we got three groups working together, the city gas company. We're all working together. It's not perfect, but we're struggling to go forward. But when we get this done, we're gonna have some very nice streets in this town. And we're gonna have good gas lines, water lines, sewage line, stormwater lines. Let's do it all and get it over with, right? Okay, let's move on to the meeting. Anybody else? wanna
Charles, will
speak?
you introduce your
Yes.
new staff?
Sure. Everybody, this is Jake. It sounds like a couple of y'all have already talked to Jake when he did his water line story earlier in the week, but
Yes.
he's our new reporter, and I think probably in the next couple of weeks, he's gonna be the regular one covering y'all's meetings, so we're just gonna introduce him and kind of show him the ropes today, so.
I'm glad you're with him. Was he kind of concerned maybe coming out here that what we were like?
Well, that's what I was gonna say, so guys, take it easy, don't do anything too difficult today. Jake's gonna do it when we talk real slow.
Keep simple questions.
First of all, you will do fine, and Charles knows this. When it comes to working with media, you won't find a group better than working. If we go to an executive session, we don't expect you to sit around here for an hour or two. What do? We pick up the phone and we call you and say, this is what we decided, right? So we not trying to maneuver anything, but we respect the media, okay? Because we need your help also to tell our story. Anything else, guys?
I want to introduce our guest in the back there. It's Jeff Zirkle. He's the board member of Shortline.
Hey,
Uh,
mentioned before.
He is going to be an extended part of our family.
Great.
In the water delivery business here. We're going to be holding hands for several months until they have a big project among them.
Wait a minute, you and Jeff are gonna be holding hands for several months. What do you mean?
You want to hold my
Leading
hand?
him around everywhere? Is he gonna lead you?
You talk about a guy that's, you talk about a guy that's easy to work with. That guy, we talk frequently and stuff. You're gonna get enlightened today on some of the stuff that we've already done over at Shortline since the first of the month.
Yeah.
He's one of the newer members to the board. You've been on there, what, less than a year?
I couldn't hear you
I
guys.
said you've been on the board less than a year, right, over there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
With
Uh,
Gary?
But has a lot of knowledge. So I welcomed him to our meeting so he can hear from us what we're doing over at Shortline. And he's going to continue that arrangement until their big project, the $3.5 million project, is complete. And at that time, we'll be doing an asset purchase agreement, and we'll be taking over the entire Shortline system. And of course, we know the process goes to the county commission, that goes to the PSC. But until then, he's going to be kind of
Good deal.
an extended board member of ours, so.
Well, we're glad you're here. I mean, you could bring probably Gary and Gene and those people too sometime.
I'm hoping that he's wrong on his time frame. I'm hoping that we can make it a lot shorter.
Yeah, if we can get that project ended, the quicker we can get the asset purchase agreement.
What's really been enjoyable and cooperative working with Shortline, I mean, it's been a great experience. I've been out there a few times too, to the meetings and so on. But welcome to our meetings. Now, you see, we're kind of light and easy going, you're casual. And a lot of people watch on television on our recordings. What we do is very serious work. But if we can't enjoy our meetings and do that serious work, and just be stiff and cold, that's a different story. So we get along, get the people's jobs.
And he's about the same.
Yeah.
One thing I like about him, he's straight up. You don't have to
Okay.
worry about what he's
Well,
thinking.
welcome
I
to
like
our
that.
meeting, okay? Let's
Yeah,
move on.
yeah.
Anybody else we need to recognize?
No, I think that's it. There's no
Okay.
correspondence or anything like that. So I think we can proceed on to the meeting.
All right, let's move
Sure.
on then to the approval of the minutes of the previous
I
meeting.
move we approve the minutes as presented.
There's a motion on the floor to present the minutes. Been moved and duly seconded. You both have had a chance to read them. Any comments or questions?
No.
If hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We'll move right on. They pass.
I want to give kudos to Gina. She's not in here, but she'll watch the video.
Okay,
Gina's now helping me with the minutes and she's doing an exceptional job.
good deal. Let's move to our financial items.
All right, so financial items, Jason Farrell had to leave early today because of family illness. So I want to do his part, but before we do that, I'm going to have Mr. Robert Davis stand and give his presentation. You want the podium?
Oh my gosh. It's not a long enough speech for the podium. June ended up being $66,890 $11 that we used for chemical costs. Again, Mother Nature. I mean, we've had a lot of rain. But if you look at, you don't have this, but last year we spent a total of $691,991 on chemicals, and this year was $658,221. So I think the cost was a little less this year. Any questions? It's hard to make a big speech about this.
So we ended the year out pretty good.
Yeah, almost 30,000 ahead from last year's.
There you go, $30,000 savings and providing high quality water. to save
Okay,
time.
what's he attribute that much savings?
His
That's probably some
operators.
chemical, yeah, the operators, chemical costs, some of the chemical costs went down, maybe
But
Mother
but
Nature.
really, the
wasn't-
nature of the street
Yeah,
is what we're
Right,
talking about.
and yeah, Mother Nature may not have been as hard to us in the beginning of the year versus towards the end of the year.
Right. All right.
And and you brought up a good point last time, why do we do these reports? And Doug and I have conversations about it. And explain to them about when we look at this, it's not the savings because we need to, we produce high quality water. It's your operators really
Yeah,
dial in.
Yeah.
And don't overfeed
They
chemicals.
try to do their jobs well. I mean, I remember years ago when we had some of the older operators, they didn't do that. I mean, they just set it at a setting and left it there. Where these guys have been brought up to try to
They monitored a lot.
high quality water, but try not to use as much chemicals as possible. I mean, you don't want to overfeed chemicals in the water, period. So, they really pay attention and we try to save money that way. Not to save the money, but I don't know how to put it without sounding like we're trying to skip. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Thank you, Bob.
Yeah.
But perception, I don't want people thinking, oh, they're watching,
No.
they're cutting back
Oh,
saving
no,
money.
no, we're not
No,
going
we're
to
not
take
doing
any
that.
check.
It is nothing
Not on
like that.
safety, health, or anything. We never
That
do
means we are using the exact chemicals that we need to use to treat the water to produce high quality water to our residents. That's why we do these reports.
Well,
This is kind of a scorecard for what his guys are doing on a month-to-month basis.
I've traveled around up one of the places and you drink their tap water, and my golly, it's like drinking chemicals. It's got heavy chlorine and different things and so on. It's bitter. So anyway, I'm proud of our water.
Oh, I am too. I
That's
mean,
why
I
it was-
live in a system with another place. I'm not gonna say, but the water's not real good.
Okay, what's the next item then?
Well, I want to go back. I give you a compliment, Gene, if you wasn't here to hear it. So I'm going to repeat it. I told you were doing the minutes now and are doing an exceptional job. That helps me out, takes about 4 to 6 hours off my life doing them myself.
Good
So,
deal.
and she's doing a great job. So good job, Gene.
Thank you, Gina.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
All right, moving on. I'm going to step in here for Farrell. We have your monthly and your year to date. So again, this is an inclusive for the last fiscal year. So you've got the month of June 30th and then the whole year reports there showing you from all our vendors and where we've spent money and how much.
Yeah.
I'm here to answer any questions. I have reviewed them.
I didn't see anything unusual.
There is nothing out of the ordinary. It's been normal operations.
Any questions, Chad? Have you had a chance to look at them? They're emailed
Yeah,
out.
I looked at it, see
Yeah, I didn't
the
see
abnormal
anything.
fees. I make a motion that we approve the financial report as presented.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
All right, moving on to the unaccounted for water loss. I don't like to present this report because it's going the wrong way. And I've been, Bobby Tinney can,
I can explain some of it. We're having an issue with it today because we're trying to do tie-ins and we can't get valves closed. So when we can't get valves closed, we have to open hydrants to take pressure off the lines and the workers, so the contractors can do the tie-ins. There's 2 items in Northview right now that are just spewing water. We can't get the pressure, can't get the valves closed. So we're and they're recording it.
Well, I'm
doing our
glad.
best to account for it. We haven't, first couple months of construction, which I showed you, we started at 15%
Yeah.
at the end of the year, and then since the commencement of construction.
And the more tie-ins you do, I think it's gonna
Okay.
increase because like I said, we got.
So don't hold this against anybody. We're doing our best to try to account for every drop, but I don't like being at 19%. That's what I'm gonna
Well,
tell you here.
we were trending the other way, which we should try to get down below 15. Hovering around 16. Once I saw 19, I wondered, it had to do with construction.
And as they get more lines in the ground, you're going more tie-ins, and more tie-ins mean more valves not working, and
But we know what
And
it
lines
is. That's
you
the
know
big-
what it is.
That's the big thing.
And you don't
We know
have water
what it
running
is.
in
Yeah.
down the gutter
It's
somewhere.
not like we're having stuff leaking and we're ignoring it.
That's the big thing. We know what's
Nothing
going on.
like that.
All right, let's move right on. Thanks, Bob.
I don't think I need to go through each, and I think
No,
the
no.
only one you all care about is the 19.17%.
And we can read it. Okay.
And you all understand why we're there. I don't
Right.
like it, but it's gonna get better.
I have a question if I could.
Sure.
The stall valve that's leaking through that doesn't provide shut off for you, what stall valve is that? Is that a gate valve?
Most of them are gates, aren't they?
It's usually the packing in it that's leaking. And you gotta look at it two ways, I guess. We did one just because it was so bad, but you wanna dig it up and fix it in order to just shut it off to do the tie-in, or you just leave it because you know it's coming out of the system once it gets the water tied in. So it's kind of, you don't want the good money after bad just to fix something that you're gonna leak
Yes,
anyway.
anyway.
I understand that, but I wouldn't put a gate valve in any system.
Well, we're putting in,
He likes, I mean, he's not talked about this, especially for the short line, ball valves they're more expensive. Ball valves is the,
they are, that's a better,
but you don't have the seizing up as much as you do the other ones. And,
you're gonna exercise from now on, right?
oh, you better believe it, we ain't going to.
You don't have to exercise the ball valve.
Yeah.
You don't have that labor in that.
I didn't even know they had one until I talked to him. I
Making
said, ball
for the big
valve?
lines too?
Pardon me?
They making for the big
We got
lines?
16 and 12 and 16-inch valves, so I don't know why I can't, I know,
Well, they make ball valves up to 36 inches that I know of right off the shelf. I don't know if you have a special order above that or not.
That's what they use over at the power plant. That's how he knows that. So he worked in maintenance over there.
Here's the valve expert right here. Nobody knows valves like Mr. Smith and those guys.
All
Ball
right.
valves, I mean,
Favor the ball valves or?
Well, the larger your system gets, the more expensive they are.
The size.
And at some point, you start paying for that.
we got
We're talking
$4,500 line
triple
item for a 12-inch valve.
triple
I know
price.
right off the top of my head, I
Oh,
can't
shoot.
imagine what a.
Triple.
Something like
triple the
I
price.
tell you, over the years, the ball valves have come down in price.
That's something we can look at on smaller lines. maybe.
All righty, let's move on. We could talk about
Good.
ball valves from now on. Thanks for that report. So we can move right on. We don't, have nothing to approve on that item, I don't think.
Yeah, we usually accept the unaccounted for water loss as presented.
I'll make a motion to
Okay.
accept the unaccount for water.
Is there a second? I guess moving in second. We've had a lot of discussion. Any more? None? All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, the invoice is just going back from the last meeting, where Chad made a suggestion to authorize the purchase price of 16.5 for the Gatorade trailer. I found,
Up to, yeah.
up to 16.5. So looking around on the internet, I did find Gatorade actually has a facility in Kentucky that you can buy directly from the factory. We saved about $2,500 and a trip down and back.
All we have to do is go pick it up and bring it back.
Bobby Pizzini drove down and picked it up and brought it back. We saved $2,500.
See, right there. Thank you, Chad.
Of course.
So, and the other item that you all kind of postponed, and I'm glad you did, staff has decided not to proceed purchase of the bin track. The tractors that we have are suffice. We're just gonna get the one that was damaged fixed, and we're just gonna proceed forward with that purchase.
Okay. What else do we have? None of our quotes or anything?
That's it, no. Just
Okay,
wanna
let's
report
move on
that.
to, let's go through your report now if we can.
Okay. We're going to the water system improvements project. We're gonna talk about phase 3A, which is underway, and phase 3B, which is under design. And I want to say Doug, hand wave back to his counterpart back there. So Bobby Tenney, give us a update on where we're at on 3A.
Northview is contract one that's there. They've got 14th Street ran up to Alpha. They have to do a tie-in. Once it's tied in, they can do service connections once they get materials. 14th Street to the north is ran up to pass Goff on their way to Franklin. They've done a couple tie-ins at Hamel and Williams. Once again, the line's charged, we just don't have the material, the brass to do the service connection yet. And they started on 13th Street today, doing the extension that we're gonna do out to the new bridge where we had the that leaking valve, and we decided to go and replace that line. So they're actually laying that today, should be done hopefully tomorrow. Trying to keep up on them on keeping their gravel cleaned up off of the side streets. The main line is paved, patched and asphalt, but the side streets are still gravel. We're just trying to do maintenance on it. It is what it is. It's gonna be dusty. It's not dusty now, but it's dusty when it's dry. Contract 2 is DOS. They've got all of their line charged out past Traction on Verdun. The lower part of Heartland is done. Alexander is done. They're tying in services. They were out to Verdun, the intersection of Heartland today, doing service tie-ins. So we're updating our spreadsheet, giving them Bob, so he can test the lead lines at the residents when they get done doing their high velocity flush. They're down on Liberty. Continuing that line up so they can tie in at Magnolia. Bridge Street has been patched under asphalt. Verdun has been patched all the way back, and at both sides of Alexander, and Heartland has been patched. So the city manager called Jason had some complaints down there about the dust. So they've got those trenches put back under asphalt, and the rest of Verdun out to Traction and Liberty will be started Monday, doing asphalt patches on the gravel trenches, so we'll get rid of the dust on the ground. It's the temporary, that'll be the permanent, that's the permanent patch, before we pave the street. So they're making good headway. You got a question?
No, I'm just agreeing. I'm glad to see this stuff moving along.
Yeah.
Because I drive through all these areas.
Contract 3, D&M, Steve Haynes just told me this morning, they're gonna start up here on August the 4th.
Kramer?
Yeah, they're
Oh, wow.
coming back to Kramer on August the 4th. Great for you, I gotta have another guy.
Now I want to pause you there. I want, because we've got Chad Sigmund, he talked to a gentleman when he was out and about, who lives up on Ryan Road. And I want to focus on that just here for a little bit, not hold the meeting up too much, but I think it's worth explaining to you all in case somebody comes to you and asks a question you're able to answer. As you know, we have that line that rides, we call it the right of way, runs down over the hill from the YMCA.
Yeah.
Okay, that used to feed, that line used to come off of Van Buren around, and that's what fed, we used to have 2 tanks there.
There were tanks,
Yeah,
yes.
we tore those down and we put the Second Street tank in. So that was back in 1999, 2000.
Yeah.
There's a slip up there, and our line is basically holding that slip in place up there. We're going to be abandoning that section from right below the Y by their pump house, clear out to Van Buren. We're going to be abandoning that. Now we have about 3 or 4 services that come off of that line that feeds those people on that side of Van Buren on the back side. So they're going to run a 4 or 6 inch line out there. I don't think they decided.
I don't think
Steve, I think Steve said 4, didn't he? Because any more than that was going to be too much.
Yeah, well, I think we asked for a 6, and he said a 4.
I think we're going to do a 4 out there. It's going to be a 4 or 6. We think it's going to be a 4. They got to do some
Yeah, it was a 2 inch.
hydrology, because you just got 4 homes.
Okay.
We don't want stagnant water, because it's going to be a dead end line. So that end's going to be taken care of. So we've got some people that live obviously on Ryan Road that's concerned about the slip up there and what we're going to do about it.
When you talk about slip, you're talking about movement of the earth.
Moving of the earth, the line's holding it in place.
Sure.
So I talked to Steve Haynes and I said, what are we going to do? Well, obviously we're going to abandon it. We're going to drain it. That concerned me because now there's no weight in that line. So what I've asked him to do, and he was amenable to it, I don't know if he's talked to you about it or not, is fill in that line once it's drained with concrete. That should be more to stabilize that line, and more strength in there to stabilize that line. Or not, sorry, not the line, but the slip. Fill that line full of concrete, pump concrete in it, and we believe that'll help stabilize that.
I wouldn't want to do that.
I wouldn't want to do it either, because you're recognizing a liability. You're doing
That's
something.
right. Plus you're adding weight to it. That's more than water to it.
I want to be careful. I do not believe that your water line is stabilizing anything.
I know you all have done some work right back way before I was here.
Yeah.
Back in, what'd you say, Is that 2019, Chad? Is that when I know what I told
I
you?
believe, yeah, I believe it's 2019.
Yeah,
Your
we,
name was
For that
mentioned.
email that, from that, when Calvert was being interviewed.
It was back in 2019. Thrasher was supposed to do a geological survey out there to see.
and I'm looking for that. I just am unaware of that before I started, but we're looking for those data. But again, I would want to be very careful about characterizing that any water line prevents a slip from
Yeah, I
happening.
would say, I think it was.
I didn't want to follow that water line up there. I figured it was anything we can do
Yeah, and
to help.
Yeah, we'll make
Can I say something?
yes, sir.
We're wasting a lot of time on this subject. We're discussing things that need to be resolved by our engineering people and you. We could just sit and debate and talk all about it and get nothing done. First of all, we kind of agree, we don't want a liability issue just by saying, we're gonna use a pipe to hold back. We need somebody to go out there and look at it on a geological thing and say, like you said, it may not be that at all, maybe something else needs.
And I don't think it's, we didn't cause it, but that whole hillside slips anyway.
So we need to find out, yeah, on both sides of Lowndes Hill, it slips.
Yeah.
On the other side, it slipped. I remember they put that immigrant statue up there, it's in front of the courthouse, and that thing started sliding off of the hill. They moved the parking lot, and it was a mess. So it's always been moving. I
Yeah,
think.
and these were all, he was amenable. He's gonna check into it like you said.
Yeah, we'll make a recommendation what to do with water.
Yeah.
We just don't want to pull the water out, because you know that does the weights out of there.
Well,
And then it
I
slips.
agree with you,
because
but
of something that we did.
let's have somebody look into it professionally.
But I mean, we're not the fault of it, but it's right where our line is.
I
I
got
know
you.
you want to move on, but let me just say, once we change the existing condition, we own it.
Yeah.
And whatever happens after that is largely our problem.
Once you start
So,
moving the
it
ground and
Needs
everything,
to be engineered.
Well, that's why we're not taking it out.
that's right.
Exactly.
So again, let us take a solid look at this before we, make too many statements that.
That's right. I think we're getting so far ahead of this in the
Agreed.
conversation. We have a gentleman.
Jason,
who's-
I appreciate you doing the due diligence on that, because I know that, this, people on Ryan Road really appreciate that, because
Yeah.
like you said, you're supposed to be checking it out back then, and just never heard anything back, so I appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Chad. And what we'll do, you let the guy that you talked to know that we're on top of it and our engineering firm's looking into it.
I think what
Yeah,
happened in
I
2019.
forwarded that email to Jason, so I'll let, Jason, let him write.
Yeah.
What he wants, I don't wanna say too much.
That's
No.
right. There's too much
So we can
discussion
get the
on it. That's
professional
something we don't
opinion
know
back.
anything about.
Yeah, I wanted to bring it to light because if Chad's being asked about it, just wanted to make sure we are taking that under advisement, working with our engineer
Right, you
to
got it.
address that issue.
All right, let's move on to the
There's
next
a lot
one,
of what
sir.
ifs, maybe this, maybe that. but
Yeah, that's exactly. Your idea may have worked, but we just don't know.
Well, yeah, we're gonna take our lead on that.
right.
So
We got 4 to do. So that's 3. So 4 is, Independence, Uptown, Main Street, Pike Street.
Yep.
They are down to Oak Street as of today with tie-ins done, services are done. That, the old line is basically dead. They have a service to do at the fire department tomorrow, and then they're gonna continue with tie-ins down towards Notre Dame, test that line down to the bridge at, Monticello. And then once it's tested, they can tie it in, it'll be done, and they're gonna jump over to Main Street and start coming back up. They are gonna, Fridays, usually they're a short day, so they don't like to get anything major, they are gonna patch. And I told Jason, you guys had a leak there on Park that didn't get patched, it's out on the state route, it's out on Main Street. The DOH is kind of complaining about it, so we're gonna patch it on Friday when we come through there. Okay, those hot mix in it, it's gonna get dug back up again, because we have to tie into it. Yeah, and then once this other end, the sanitary and storm gets done and gas line gets moved, they'll get down to that end, and start laying that water line, so.
Can't do anything.
But we're
with
trying to keep up with the trench repair. The trench repair is done on Pike Street all the way down to the Route 50 underpass, so, and we've been stressing that to all the contractors, that, hey, we gotta get these patches done to keep people, designate our hole from the DOH holes. So,
I got you.
and we're gonna be on them about getting sidewalks poured back to all the contracts, especially the state contracts.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bob.
Uh-huh.
Anything else? Any questions, Paul? No. Chad, any questions on that?
No.
How about, we're gonna jump over to 3B, just briefly.
yeah, 3B simply, we're still, and will be for several months here, working on the mapping and pulling that stuff and doing the baseline design for the project. So that just is an ongoing project.
Any questions on that? Let's jump on to Snake Hollow then.
All right, well, Shelby's got some payment requisition, paper requisition to present to you on that supply. kind of
That's
getting
on
held up.
the papers I just signed for you.
It's been uploaded into the new sync file. So, was that Shelby? You can go ahead, and this one's going to be requisition 8.
Yeah, so we got payouts from contracts 1, 2, and 4 on this requisition. We've got invoices from Thrasher and Region 6. We're drawing from every single one of your funding sources, and the total is there in yellow.
We don't have a copy in front of us. Not on the screen here.
Well, you didn't upload he's got it on his screen.
100 some pages or whatever it was. I'm not, he's got it. We just need to get the amounts. I signed it.
196, 311, 92.
2,252,766.
See, there's a bunch of
Requisition 8 should be the first one.
Yeah, you might have been on Snake Hall.
Yeah, I think you got Snake on.
Yeah.
You see, there's 2 things for approving. Snake Hollow's next.
Jason, if those checks didn't get picked up today, they said bring them tomorrow.
There, maybe it's in
On page 46.
All right, I'll make the motion to approve pay requisition number 8 in the amount of $2,252,766.55.
Okay, Shelby, is there a second to that?
I second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. She explained what it was. Are you ready to vote? Okay, let's do it. All in favor, say aye.
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 All righty.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to move on to Snake Hollow Road. I'll tell you, we had our final walkthrough yesterday, and I'll let Bobby Tenney, he was there with us to give the results of our
Ready for that?
walkthrough.
Thought it went well. Looks great out there. They got, the only issue we had, they may have to do a little bit more seed and mulch and some of the mulch didn't grow. Either got, more likely the seed got washed away. We had too much rain instead of not enough. Usually you get the opposite. You seed and something dies, but we had the opposite. We seeded it and it rained and just washed it away. Still waiting on the pumps to come in for the 2 residents. There's 2 of the 4 residents are already hooked up. The guy at the end of the road, Gabe Garvin, he's hooked on. They haven't heard anything, so we're assuming he has plenty of pressure without the pump, but he's still gonna get the pump. But yeah, everything was, I thought it was great.
The one there at Gaines's was 85 or 80 pounds.
Yeah,
Great.
that's at the end of the 4 before the 2 starts. So,
Great.
yeah, look good.
Well, our manager said he was out. He was very pleased with the work and everything.
Very pleased.
So we heard about what's going on. How about we're going to do some payments?
We're gonna get you guys paid. Yep.
Shelby?
Yes, so there's a pay requisition number 3 on the Snake Hollow Road project. This has a payout from your contractor and invoices from Thrasher and Region 6. The DEP grant is paying for the engineering and the construction, and the water board is paying for the administration.
What's the total there?
Altogether, it's $196,311.92.
Okay, we're going to find it here. We got pages of this stuff.
And that was on page 61.
I'll make the motion to approve pay requisition number 3 in the amount of $196,311.92.
Okay, motion on the floor. Is there a second to it?
I second that.
Been moved and duly seconded. We've heard the discussion on this and everybody's reviewed it. I'm ready to vote. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, Shelby.
There'll be one more payout for that job. It's done, but we have the pumps to pay for when they come in.
Yeah.
Small amount.
All right, Mr. Manager.
Second Street Pump Station project, probably we're still in the same pattern.
Same pattern. The only thing is, remember last time I commented that they had sent an invoice in appropriately to you guys. We've got that system, I believe, worked out now. Additionally, they had, for some reason, had added taxes. We got with Jason Farrell, got the tax certificate sent so that issue, I believe, has been resolved.
Yeah.
So I don't know, Shelby, if you have seen a new invoice from them. If not, I expect them to send one.
This camera handle that house. Yeah, we don't have her. Yeah, Jason's handling the finance. This is all internal financing for this one.
Okay.
No grant.
Alright. Any questions on Second Street Pump Project? Hearing none, let's move right down to the TTHM.
Yeah, TTHM, Shelby, I'll go ahead and let you lead and then I'll just follow in behind you there.
So We submitted some revisions to the action plan. We had to, break out the costs in pretty detailed fashion. Wes helped us with that between what's equipment, what's labor, what's, a number of different categories. So we submitted that. Our rep, Miss O'Neill, responded that it's under review, and we're hoping for a good verdict at the end.
We have people on the phone, right?
Yes, and that'll
Scott.
lead into, Tim Stranko did a review yesterday and today of their contract. I did email that contract, comments from Tim Stranko. I sent those right before the meeting, so, if they're gonna ask you questions through email, I
Sure, I
think-
look forward to working with
Billy, you on there? Yeah, I noticed, you sent back some stuff. They probably have some questions, so they'll work with you, but you wanna kind of go over, your review on that, other than those items that's ready to go, right? There's a. quite a bit
Yes,
of
sir.
comments.
We're pretty well on top of this. The deliverable schedule, I just need to talk with you about how we're gonna phase. From earlier talks, we're doing the clear well plus 2 other tanks, phase 1. We're gonna take a break and evaluate how that affects downstream levels, and then get started up again. It doesn't have to be part of this meeting, but I do need to understand, what we think the timelines are going to be between phase 1, phase 2.
And what he's talking about, we require a performance bond, on this project. And it's pretty big. I mean, you're looking at just south of, $2.6 million for their contract. We're gonna have to phase it so we can do the performance bond with how much he can bond. Because people have limits on how high they can do their bonds. Well, that's fine. I've done it before in other projects. Out of all of these, we'll work with him and say, well, we'll do 4 of them as phase 1. Complete those, release the bond, and then do the next.
Rebond for the next phase.
Right, do or we may have to do 3 phases. It all depends on, he's working with a bonding company right now, so, and that's not a big deal at all.
The deliverable schedule is important, and that's something, one of the exhibits that was missing. So we just need to sort through some of the details in the contract. They're using a contract form that I'm very familiar with. And then the exhibits need to just be fine-tuned. Or close. And I look forward to working with them. We can get this done here.
Yeah, I figured we can present it next meeting and everything will be in place, ready to be.
With all this hot weather, it's a darn shame we didn't have it in place.
Yeah, it's been a big delay, and I hate throwing people under the bus, but it's been a big delay on the EPA side. This should
No question, that's where it is.
Well, timing is everything. That's why those deliverables need to be in a schedule, so everybody knows what's expected.
So our attorney, you'll get together with these folks and we'll iron it all out. They come back to us next meeting.
I look forward to that.
Hey, Jason, quick question. I know you were emailing some people yesterday from the EPA. Any word back or?
No word back. It doesn't surprise me. I usually have to give them, about a week to get back to you. Sometimes,
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky, yeah, it's kind of normal.
All right.
But, speaking of go ahead.
I was just on our deliverable schedule. We don't really have like a hard date, like August 1st to start. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the schedule and put timelines. Like I know it's gonna take 2 weeks from the signing of the contract until we get our submittals put in. Then we have some lag between submittal approval and ordering. So I can break it up and say it's gonna take 2 weeks and do a timeline. And as soon as we have a notice to proceed, then we can plug in the start date as a hard date. Will that suffice for the deliverable schedule?
Yeah,
If I
'cause it
do
all
it that
hinges
way?
on that.
Well, yes, sir, I believe so, but it'll be up to Jason. And once we get another draft, we can run it by him and see if he's satisfied with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of TTHM, Bob, what are you seeing now in the system with all this heat wave?
We're a lot higher than what it was last year. Actually, we're gonna get ready and close half the clear wall off probably tomorrow. But we're up to 60. First pavilion on TTHM come out of clear wall now.
Hey, Jason, do you think the state senator can help out now?
If I don't hear something here soon, yes, I plan on pulling that card. Yeah.
I'll be doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything else from, Wes, on the west side of things here?
Anything else?
Sir,
Anything else,
we've already,
Billy?
we've requested the COIs for insurance, so they should be here tomorrow. Dispute resolution, I'm assuming arbitration first, and we'll have that sheet put in there, and the limitations on liability. So most of this is, it's fairly standard, so we can get this out quick.
Very good.
What they're requesting in contracts. So.
Yeah, well, we should have everything to the board next time. It should be in good form for you all to approve.
Yep.
Okay. Guys, thank you very much for your time today.
Thank
All
y'all.
right. Thanks a lot. All right. Bye.
Thank you both for your comments.
I was looking at the revisions in this original. What were the increases, all those little increases on these different tanks and stuff?
Well, that's because of the dragging their feet.
That's
EPA
because of
said
materials and
that
everything.
materials increased
Okay.
$30,000.
I just wonder if that's what it was. Okay. I guess there's no more questions. They're all off the phone anyway. Our attorney and the folks on here to work this out. So let's move on to the next subject, which is the operations and maintenance agreement.
Yeah. I'm going to let Bob Davis and Jeff turn your hearing aid up. Bob Davis, these guys has really hit the ground running over there, actually even before July 1st. So you might want to go back to Adler, kind of go forward.
Yeah.
Tell them where you're at with Shoreline, Bob.
If we back up a little bit, you guys had some, SCADA issues over there. Well, actually telemetry issues. The storm hit and your telemetry quit working. So we had our SCADA guy come in and, we actually have J Farms and the pump station that we take care of here at our plant on our SCADA. So, we can keep an eye on it. The other ones, we're gonna try to get back out there, and try to get the telemetry hooked up to them. All of it's the one that we're having the worst part with, just not very good signals are there for an antenna. But we'll come up with something. We have most of the parts in to get back over there and do Bennett's Run, and Folsom. So we plan on hopefully maybe next week getting back over there. This week we've been over there, we've kind of been blind. We haven't had no prints on anything. Finally did get prints today. Doug brought us prints. We've been trying to get your tanks to turn over. And we chlorinated, which we added HDH to the tanks to bring the chlorine levels up. And, Bennett's Run, Olive and J Farm. Like I said, I got the prints, so now we can look at, we actually isolated Bennett's Run's tank, trying to get it to drop. And yesterday it only dropped like 2 foot. Had Ty check it this morning and it went back up to 26.5. So, we gotta figure out that, but Ty thinks there's a tie-in on the backside of, Jones's Run. It's a 2-inch that we need to shut off so that they can actually, that won't backfeed into the tank in a sense, so that those customers could use. We gotta get the customers to use that water out of that tank so we can get fresh back in.
You'll work cheese.
Yeah.
We don't waste a lot of water, but I'm not aware of a 2-inch tie-in on that tank.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know I told Ty, I said, listen, we're gonna meet up over with him first thing in the morning and try to see what's going on. The bad thing about that, coming up Bennett's Run there is that's almost like 2 miles of line. It's all 3-inch and there's no way of flushing. No way. We did see on the prints when I got to look before we came in here, they go from a 3 to a 6-inch, back this way before they come into the tank.
Yeah.
So
that was part of the project when they run the water down, goes to dry.
yeah. So, okay. And anyways, that's where we're at. We're just trying to turn tanks and stuff over, try to get the flow. Once we figure that out, then we have a better plan.
Just this kind of conversation against like we got through before. These are technicalities. The big thing is you guys have been out there. The story is you guys have taken over. You're out there doing the inspections to see what has to be done. The technicalities of working out is what you're working on. But for us to sit and go through all those intricate details, it just takes too long.
You're more welcome.
And we appreciate what you're doing. I mean, but it's for us here in this part of the meeting. We trust your judgment of what you're doing, just reporting to us that you're out there and the issues you're having, but to go into that details of each thing. No problem. You do a great job.
The
Okay.
flooring residual out there, out the furthest part of the area was right at the minimum, right?
Yeah, we can talk about that out of this meeting also.
Yeah, so don't leave after the meeting. You're gonna notice some difference in water quality.
Okay, you guys can get together at the end of the meeting, talk about that stuff.
Bob, what have you been doing over there?
We just started flushing hydrants last week and we'll finish up probably Monday. or Tuesday.
Hey, Bob, welcome to the meeting.
So they're flushing hydrants, that's also, your water quality is gonna change. We are flushing to a residual. We're not flushing until it clears up. So they waste a lot of water. But we'll adjust that so it doesn't drown you all over there in price. That's basically our system, you know what I mean? So, and in the office, I've already told you, I'm not sure if I told you all, but their staff is gonna be coming over on our payroll on September the 1st.
Yes.
The office is gonna remain open over there.
That was in
So it's
your
business as usual. The only change is Bob's taking care of the tanks. Bobby's taking care of the system out there with their staff.
Everything's moving along.
And we're taking care of the office stuff.
Doing a good job.
So that's what's going over there. It's, everything's working just fine right now.
Okay, any question, Chad, about the short line?
No.
Okay, thank you all for that. How about anything else? we
The
need to
next
do on that?
couple of things is executive session.
Yes.
Before we go to that, let's make sure there's anything we need to report on staff reports. You have
So I don't
some?
understand. We're going back up to 3A.
Okay.
We did get the expansion tank handouts finalized and they handed those out to the existing ones that have been hooked on the new system. And they're handing them out to everybody. It's getting.
You know what, I was gonna write that down. That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's,
We did have one. We had one call
We
about
go, Jay.
hot water tank. That's what I had told her to.
I moved for executive session.
Okay, we have, first of all, quickly, we'll call you, anything around the room?
Plumbers have been added to the list too.
Yes.
On the site.
Plumbers is on the
Plumbers is
website.
on the
There's only
internet site.
two. There's only two.
All righty, that's good to know. We have a motion to go into executive session under attorney-client privilege.
Yes, sir, top paragraph 2 of that.
So,
Real quick, ask me to do that.
and we're gonna take a break for 5 minutes so you can call.
Oh, you're fine.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.